Hey, gorgeouses. How's everybody doing? I've been getting messages from everybody. I've been long overdue for a video blog, so here I am to update you on my life. I've been going through a career change, first off, which is why I've been a little slow to get back to you guys on YouTube. I've been doing fashion design. I've been making handbags for the past couple of weeks, but I've been doing fashion design like a freelancer for a couple of years, and it's something that I'm being serious about and I'm starting to get into. So just going through a career change, if you guys understand what I'm going through, I mean, it's just, I've been busy. Not to mention, I don't know, you can see behind me, my boyfriend and I, we've been setting up like an aquarium at our house. Like, it's literally like an aquarium. We have 3 fish tanks we've acquired over the past couple months, mainly because it started out with a little red-eared slider turtle. And we call it douchebag turtle because she's a menace to the whole fish tank. We have a 55-gallon tank, and she's seriously like just a douchebag. That's all we can say. I don't even know where she's at right now. Digging in rocks, digging up the plants that we have in there, just random shit. She's just a nutbag. But there's like a blue lobster in there. Really freaking cool. Everyone's first reaction to our blue lobster is, that's going to make some good dinner. I can't eat my pet. That's sad. First off, no. I mean, I can go to like Red Lobster or something and down like some snow crab legs. I mean, don't get me wrong, okay? I mean, the only thing that sucks about those is you have to crack those things open. It's a bitch and a half. But you guys know how they kill those things, right? I can't do that, I mean, I understand the food chain, the whole thing. Thank God we're at the top of it. It's just, I am not going to kill my own pet. This is going to be like a real big lobster too. Imagine like a red lobster, except it's blue. Go ahead and Google blue lobster and just look at the images. Crazy. But we have a blue lobster in our tank as well. And it's so funny because the lobster doesn't deal with douchebag turtle. What is stab little douchebag in the eyes, be like, no, back off. So the turtle stays away from the lobster. It's kind of cute. But we have a whole slew of them. Oh, er, er, er. There it is. See a turtle? That's him. That's her. Back of her shell. But yeah, but we have like a goldfish tank, angelfish tank. It's just, I love the aquarium setup. So, but yeah, my boyfriend and I, we've just been living it up, having, just living life together and everything. I have been happy and great, healthy, everything like that. I've been going to the doctor, the whole shebang. Thankfully, as far as my HIV is concerned, I have that under control, still undetectable. My meds are working great. Been taking those just like clockwork. I'm even a nutbag where like daylight savings time came around, and I tapered myself that 1 hour difference. I just tapered myself. I didn't like change automatically. I like tapered down, like instead of taking it like I always take it at 9 o'clock. So instead I was taking it at 10 o'clock, and then I went down to 9:50, then 9:40, then 9:30, then 9:20. Probably not even necessary, but that's how OCD I am. Okay, so yeah. So I've been taking my meds like clockwork. I've been feeling great and amazing, just like I have been since I've started the medications. So thank you for everybody that's, again, been supporting me, been inquiring about how healthy I am and all the whole shebang. I love it. Thank you so much for all your support. It means a lot to me, just knowing that I help people out, just sharing my story and everything, and that people are interested. Just to touch base about other things that I've been doing, I've been inspired by a couple of different things that have been out and about. Mainly, like, okay, you guys watch like Storage Wars? I'm not like Storage Wars Texas, Auction Hunters, whatever. I'm talking about Storage Wars with Barry, Brandy, Jared, yep, Dave, and Daryl. Like those kiddos. Dan and Laura, the auctioneers. Yeah, I'm talking about like the original Storage Wars. I've been obsessed with that show. I can't get over it. So my boyfriend and I, we've actually recently just started going down to the auctions, and we go to the storage auctions, and it's so much fun just because, I mean, we haven't bought any storage units yet, but just looking and going through people's shit, it's so much fun. And some of the things that people store, I mean, in about 75%, 80% of these storage lockers, people have like beds like piled up in there. It's crazy. Okay, guys. Now, what I'm about to say may shock you, so please don't get offended, and you can think what you like, but I am counting down the days until Titanic is re-released into theaters. I mean, come on. Who else is not excited? Ooh, oh my god, I am so excited because first off, when that movie first came out, I can remember going to see it. It came out in December, and I remember I was with my mom and my family and everything, and there was only like 4 seats left in the theater, and we got like front row seats, and I remember sitting there like this, but I remember like just being so emotionally taken by this movie. Holy cow, I love it. The clothes in it were amazing. The music in it is amazing. The ship itself is gorgeous and fantastic and marvelous. And then, I mean, besides, I mean, this is Kate Winslet and Leo DiCaprio, like when they first started out. I love the movie. Okay, I love the Victorian era just because that was like, I don't know, it symbolizes a time, at least in my eyes, where like people really were just like, it was like over the top, very ornate and beauty. It was what it was. And the Titanic, it was just that. I mean, the clothes, the hats, just the everything, the fashion in it, the men's wear, just the tailcoats they wore. I mean, pocket watches. I love pocket watches. How classic and classy. I love it. But then even the ship itself, the architecture, the structure of it. I mean, to know that that was all made by hand, I love it. I mean, it's just, come on. I mean, how can you hate it? Come on now. So I'm super excited. I cannot wait till it comes out into theaters. And just recently, I have declared Sundays as my national like nerd day, just because my weekly nerd day, national nerd day, whatever. Either way, it's my nerd day because I literally catch up on all these documentaries, the universe, you know, what's his name, Morgan's like wormhole, like through the wormhole, things like that. Recently speaking, I mean, with the Titanic coming up on its 100th anniversary of sinking, National Geographic just released this. It's on the iPad as well, which is really cool. You download it through the bookstore, and you can actually rotate all the way around. They actually have like pictures of it. They went and they did like a whole bunch of like pictures where they actually like put them together, and they actually explain to you how the ship went down. They actually map out the ship and how it sank and stuff. So if you're a nerd like me and love reading up on that kind of stuff, it's beautiful. The pictures in here are stunning. So definitely it's worth a look-see. Go check it out. I mean, you can go to Barnes & Noble and just go to the magazine section just to look at the pictures. You don't have to buy anything. I mean, if you're cheap, go for it. Hey, don't be shy. I'm not. Also, coming on tonight, I don't know if anybody caught the premiere last week of what was it called? Frozen Planet. I want to call it Planet Earth just because Planet Earth is another amazing documentary series, but the brand new one, Frozen Planet, where they're actually talking about the North and South Poles. Amazing. I love it. The world we live in, beautiful. I can't get over it. And the penguins that were in last week's episode, so cute. They were like surfing like down, and they were jumping out the water. It was so freaking cute. I'm gonna penguin now. Seriously, we're gonna put it into our fish tank or something. I don't know. Well, I'll figure it out. It's so freaking cute. But I mean, even the penguins, I mean, come on. If I were an animal, I'd probably be a penguin. I mean, waddle waddle. I mean, they're just so cute. I mean, come on, how can you get over it? I mean, even like the sea lion wanted to eat him, and the penguin was like, just when you think the penguin's about ready to get eaten, right? This sounds morbid and crazy, but the penguin's like, nah, bitch. He was like the honey badger. He just didn't give a shit. He just went, he waddled his ass out of there, and he got away. Like, these little penguins are sneaky little bitches. They're so freaking cute. Granted, if you have little kids, it's a little graphic. It's like animal porn in some of the scenes because they show like the mating rituals of some of these animals. Crazy. I don't know if that's your kind of thing, but I mean, it was interesting. I mean, penguins are kind of kinky. Yeah. And then they talk about this caterpillar that spends 14 years of its life just eating as fast as it can, like a little heifer ass, so it can get into a cocoon, turn into a moth, reproduce, and I guess die a couple months after it turns into a moth. Not even a couple months, just it dies. Like, can you imagine just living 14 years and then you mature and you're like, I'm an adult, and then like, but it was kind of sad. But I mean, 14 years of its life, eating as fast as it can, since the summers are so small there, or so short, I guess it eats as fast as it can, and it can never eat as fast as it can or eat as much as it needs to in one season. So it takes 14 years to finally become a mature moth and get into a cocoon. But the thing that I find really interesting is that there's chemicals inside this caterpillar's blood that actually keeps the blood from freezing in these sub-zero temperatures. So the caterpillar during the wintertime, when it gets all sub-zero and freezing Arctic tundra, it actually just goes dormant. It picks like some little hole somewhere under a rock somewhere, and then just literally dies. the heart stops, blood flow stops and everything. It just sits there and hibernates for 9 months out of the year, and then it wakes up again and then starts chowing down again. My God, it's like a little stoner caterpillar. It's crazy. I don't know. I found that really interesting. The fact that, I mean, the blood doesn't freeze and the heart completely stops. I mean, literally the caterpillar dies for a couple months and then, oh, voila, I'm awake, and then he's a hungry little fuck. It's the funniest thing in the world. I don't know. Cool show. Like I said, you guys, I've been basically just enjoying life for what it's worth, mainly trying to get inspired because, like I said, I'm going through a career change. I want to get into fashion design, and as part of that, I've been making handbags, and the reason why I'm making handbags is because I have a passion for handbags, and I also have a phobia of things in pockets. I mean, pockets don't serve a function. I don't think so. I mean, let's do like a hidden pocket, like, I don't know, like in a jacket or something. I hate pockets on jeans. Like, I mean, I love the pockets so you can put your hands in and stuff like that, but people that like stack up like big fatty wallets or wads of cash, whatever it may be, you know, just no, it's just tacky and gross. That's what they invented handbags for. So you'll see me wearing a purse around, I don't care, but I've been inspired by it and making my own handbags. Now, has anyone ever heard of Etsy, etsy.com? Question mark? Because I call it ecstasy.com because this website is phenomenal. You can go onto it and you can find anything and everything on there. One thing I like about it is the rules about it is that everything on there has to be handmade or vintage, which is great. So everything on there, I mean, is handmade and or vintage, and you can find some amazing treasures, whether it's handbags, dresses, purses, pants, jeans, necklaces, earrings, you name it, they got it. I mean, people make a whole bunch of things on there, from knitwear to like tweeds, everything like that. It's kind of like eBay, except you don't bid on anything. You actually just register, you open up your own store, and you literally sell things. You name the price, you charge for shipping, whatever it may be. It's a really good website. So if you're interested or you do handmade things or whatnot for it, definitely check out this website. It's definitely for you. And if you already know about it, I have my own store on there, and I've been posting up handbags slowly but surely on there. Another thing I've been preoccupied with, so I mean, I've been a pretty little busy boy since I've last posted up a YouTube video. But I'll go ahead and I'll post the links down in the information box, so please take a look at it. It's really cool. If you guys follow me on Facebook or anything, you probably already know about it, but it's definitely worth taking a look-see. I mean, all the crap garbage that's online nowadays, this is something that you will enjoy. It's just something where it's fun to look at. I mean, come on now. I'm going to post up a separate video probably within the next couple of days, mainly because I've been getting comments about my skin. People are asking, like, what am I doing for my skin? Oh my God, you're wearing makeup. Oh my God, you're doing this, you're doing that. Well, yes, yes, and yes. So there's a lot of different things going on for it, and there's one certain company that's basically monopolized my whole entire bathroom. And just stay tuned. I'm going to have like a whole like face skincare video how-to coming up. I'm super excited to share it with you guys, just mainly because these products have worked great for me, and I don't know if you guys would be interested, but I'm excited to share it with you. Okay, now I've been getting a couple of questions from you guys about oral sex and contracting HIV. First thing you have to remember here, oral sex is sex, okay? Anytime you have any type of whatever it may be where you're exchanging bodily fluids, there's going to be a risk factor there, especially if somebody is infected with HIV. Whenever you're dealing with somebody that has HIV, messing around with them is what I'm talking about, there's a risk. Now, there's different levels of risk that I'm talking about here. Now, blood and semen are bodily fluids that they have a higher amount of HIV concentrations in it than, say, your saliva, okay? Now, the way HIV is transmitted is from bodily fluid to bodily fluid. Now, the amount of HIV in your saliva, it's small. It's a low amount. So if you're on the receiving end of oral sex, and the person that's giving it oral sex to you, your chances of getting HIV from them are super minuscule, especially if you don't have any breaks in the skin, ulcerations, anything like that on your genitalia. You'll be completely fine. Okay? But if you're the one who's giving it and you have a break in the skin and the person has HIV and you let them come in your mouth, ejaculate into your mouth, I guess is the medical term we're going to use here, there's a chance there. There's a chance there. I mean, again, it's going to be a small chance, but there's still going to be a risk factor involved. I mean, if the person that has HIV and they're well managed and their HIV is undetectable, that means that the concentration of their HIV in their body is so low that not even analyzers can pick up the HIV in it. So your risk factor, if somebody is well managed on their HIV, they're on their medications regularly, they're undetectable, your risk factor is going to be lower than that of someone who's not managed well. Now, let's put you into the worst case scenario. Someone's not managed well, and you have an ulceration in your mouth, or let's say you brushed your teeth. Now, this is one reason why if you're in a relationship with somebody who's HIV positive, or if you're HIV positive, don't share toothbrushes. Reason being, you brush your teeth. Even if you have great oral hygiene, the bristles on your toothbrush can actually lacerate your gums. And then what happens is you're getting your blood and you're getting that bodily fluid on that toothbrush. And then if you're sharing with somebody else, they're now susceptible to contracting it. Makes sense, right? But in the act of actually giving head, I mean, your risk factor is low. I mean, especially if you don't let them ejaculate into your mouth, there's still semen coming out and like the pre-cum and everything. I don't know girls that well. I don't know the anatomy of girls. I don't know how they squirt or whatever. Ew. Like, but I mean, no offense to you girls. I mean, it's just not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? So it's still like, I mean, the pre-cum, it's still going to have some type of HIV in it. I mean, granted, it's going to be a low amount just because it's not coming out in droves. Obviously, it's not coming out in large quantities. So you're going to be in better shape than somebody who's like full on coming into your mouth. So if you're swallowing it though, if it's not spending any time really in your mouth, it's not coming in contact with any ulcerations, or if you don't even have any ulcerations in your mouth and you're just swallowing it and it's going into your stomach, risk factor is low because HIV can't do well outside of the body. And especially if it's inside your stomach with a whole bunch of acid, risk factor of catching it is very low. It's because the HIV won't be able to survive in there. So you have to think about it like that. But anytime you're dealing with somebody, again, I'm going to repeat myself, anytime you're dealing with somebody that has HIV and you're fooling around with them sexually, there's going to be a risk factor. You have to keep that in mind. So to be ultra safe, use a condom. It's as simple as that. I mean, I know it sounds lame and boring, but I mean, use a condom. I mean, if you're in a long-term relationship and they're well managed on their medications and their HIV is undetectable, they're healthy, everything like that, your risk factor is going to be lower. So, but you have to take that with a grain of salt. There's still going to be a risk factor. But I mean, there are a lot of times too where doctors, there's now studies going on, like if you go on the medication Truvada. Truvada is an antiviral, but it actually blocks the HIV virus from getting into the CD4s, which is the cell that the HIV attaches to and actually replicates itself from. It's part of, that's your immune system. And so Truvada actually blocks it from penetrating into those cells. And a lot of people that are HIV negative, but they're with an HIV positive partner, a negative person will also be managed on medications on Truvada because it will inhibit them from contracting HIV. So, I mean, I know it sounds weird, but there are people that don't have HIV and they're on HIV meds because their partner's HIV positive. So, and even those, I mean, and those individuals, their risk factor is even super low because they're managed on their own medications, blocking themselves from receiving the HIV. But then if their partner is also on HIV medications, where the concentration of HIV in their blood is so low or in their bodily fluids is so low that it can't be detected, then your risk factor is even lower. Again, though, you have a risk factor. Protect yourself. Now, for all those little floozies out there that just like hooking up or whatever it may be, protect yourself. It's as simple as that. Or don't be such a little hoe bag and wait till the third date. Let them take you out for dinner first. I mean, something. Know their status. It's as simple as that. And protect yourself. You know, that's what they're there for. That's what condoms are there for. Protect yourself. It may sound lame, boring, something that's so just elementary school or something, but you know, that's what they're there for. I hope that answers your question. Please let me know if I need to elaborate a little bit more. Again, you guys, I'm always open to more questions and everything like that. So, of course, keep asking questions. I'll re-answer a question. I used to get annoyed at first, but now I know it's just I have so many video blogs, I don't even know what I say in some of them sometimes. So if you're confused or whatnot, send me a question and I'll go ahead and I'll answer it for you, okay? Again, you guys, remember, I'm not a licensed doctor or licensed nurse or anything like that, so this is all just my own personal knowledge that I've acquired, and I can't give any recommendations. And apparently it's nighttime for our turtle tank. So, yep. Thank you so much for all your support and everything like that. Stay tuned. I will be having another segment just based on my face care. You know, I'm super excited actually to share that with you. The reason why it's going to be a separate video is because it's literally going to be like 20 minutes in itself. You'll see why. You'll see why. Anyways, guys, love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Hope you guys are delicious. Keep those questions and comments coming, okay? Bye.